Traders with proven backtests still fail in live markets because they skip the validation phases between historical proof and full-size trading. Jumping straight from "my backtest shows positive expectancy" to "I'm trading real money at full size," and wondering why results don't match what the data promised. The gap between backtest and live isn't the math. The math stays the same. The gap is you. Because backtesting removes psychology entirely, while live trading adds execution pressure, financial pressure, and the weight of real consequences that change how you make decisions under uncertainty. Phase 1 is paper trading, which tests whether you can execute your system in real time with live data without the luxury of hindsight. Because backtesting lets you see the whole chart before deciding, while paper trading forces decisions at the hard right edge where the future is genuinely unknown. Paper trading reveals execution problems backtesting hides. Can you actually identify your setups in real time, or did you only spot them because you could see what happened next? Can you pull the trigger when signals fire, or do you hesitate and miss entries? Can you hold through drawdowns, or do you exit early when positions move against you? The minimum for paper trading is 50 trades executed exactly as you would with real money. Not casual practice, but rigorous simulation, where you log every trade with entries, exits, and reasoning. Compare results to backtest expectations, and treat paper losses as real feedback about your execution capacity. Phase 2 is small live trading, which tests whether you can execute when real money is at risk, because the psychological difference between paper and live is enormous, and traders who executed perfectly in simulation often fall apart when actual dollars are on the line, because the stakes change everything about how your brain processes decisions. Small means smallest possible size. Not reduced size, but minimum size, because the goal isn't profit, the goal is validation. And you're testing whether your execution quality survives the transition to real money before discovering the answer with meaningful capital at risk. The minimum for small live is another 50 trades at minimum size, tracking the same metrics you tracked in paper trading, comparing results to both backtest and paper trading expectations, and only advancing when all three align within reasonable variance. Phase 3 is gradual scaling, which happens only after phases 1 and 2 confirm your backtest expectations, and scaling means small incremental increases, not jumping to full size. Typically 10 to 20% position size increases, followed by another 20 to 30 trades of validation at each new level. Why traders skip phases? Impatience, because paper trading feels pointless when you're eager to make money. Overconfidence, because a good backtest creates certainty that hasn't been tested against live psychology. And greed, because small size feels like leaving money on the table when you're confident the system works. What happens when you skip phases? You discover execution problems with real money at meaningful size. You experience psychological pressure you weren't prepared for. You blow through capital learning lessons that paper trading would have taught for free. And you conclude your system doesn't work when really you weren't ready to trade it. The validation pipeline protects you from yourself, because each phase tests something different. Backtesting tests the math. Paper trading tests real-time execution. Small live tests execution under financial pressure, and scaling tests execution at increasing stakes. And skipping any phase leaves that dimension of your trading untested until you pay to discover the problem. No strategy has ever performed better in live trading than in backtesting, which means you should expect degradation at each phase and view maintained performance as success. So if your backtest shows 20% annual return and your small live shows 15%, that's validation, not failure. Your implementation. After positive backtest, commit to 50 paper trades before going live, then 50 small-size live trades before increasing size, and treat each phase as genuine test, not formality, to rush through. Because the trader who validates properly enters full-size trading knowing their system works, while the trader who skips validation enters hoping.